So I'm here with Christian Jenkins at the 2025 Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show, and we are standing in his garden that was finished, what, 4 days ago?
About 48 hours ago, really.
Yeah. Talk to me about the garden. Obviously, it's quite a unique design, Japanese inspired. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, for sure.
You've designed this and built it. Your business has done the whole thing?
Yep.
So when did the design process start? And I guess talk to me about the features and why you've done.
Okay, so yeah, this year's garden, I've been doing wellness gardens for over 10 years at the Melbourne Flower and Garden Show. I started off with Beyondblue. I brought them to the show in 2014 and did 4 gardens in a row with Beyondblue, and just creating these wellness gardens and just raising the awareness, depression, anxiety, and how wonderful it is that a garden has such an impact on people's well-being. So this year's garden's called Yutori, and I just thought, about 6 months ago, I thought I'll do a Japanese garden. I tossed up if I was going to do tropical, and I went back to Japanese. So Yutori, I've got here this abbreviation. It's intentionally slowing down to simply be, breathe, listen, and appreciate the beauty of nature and life, consciously creating space to relax, reflect, and integrate rather than being constantly busy or rushed.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of that.
Yeah. So everyone is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were speaking off camera about a lot of changes that you've made in your personal life to, I guess, be healthier and feel more calm and decisive.
Yep.
Is that a lot to do with it? Have you evolved as a designer? Is that why you're doing this kind of thing now? It's kind of the person you've become?
I think it's part and parcel.
Yep.
Self-development, I'm a massive advocate for, and I think everyone should be on their own journey of trying to make improvements to themselves day on day, week on week, month on month, year on year. And that's just something that I've really been, the last 3 years, I've been very consciously focused on making lifestyle adjustments, like stop drinking alcohol, as we spoke, stop drinking coffee, going to bed early, getting up early, meditating, and physical activity, doing Pilates 3 to 4 times a week. And it's just wonderful for that peace of mind.
You feel like you got more energy than ever before and focus.
I do.
Yeah.
I feel like I finished this garden and I'm normally absolutely slaughtered, and I was fine, So at 51 and after doing 19 of them, it's funny.
Well, you think about the traditional end of a garden like this, and everyone's drinking alcohol, or every night they're drinking alcohol, and so it's probably. I mean, and look, I'm not.
I did it.
No
That's
saint.
what I used to do at the garden show.
Yeah,
and it would hinder my delivery, my execution, for sure.
Yeah, when you finish a day, you're able to drive home, you're able to rest, you're able to recover.
Yeah.
So a build like this, you take your whole team off of other sites, or is your business so big that you can kind of bring a core group of guys in?
Yeah,
guys
exactly
and girls.
That. Yeah, yep. So I had a team building gardens off-site, and then I just came with my son and one of my best mates who's a carpenter, and my apprentice came in. I had Charles Brothers Construction come in for a day and build the arbor as the entrance and knock up this pergola just to create the box of this tiny home from Lusk Tiny Home, and just throw this angular pergola off the front of it just to, make it less obvious that it's a tiny home. So, some of the key elements of this garden, Yutori, we've got the sauna from Cedar Hot Tubs Australia, and we've got the ice bath there. We've got this beautiful tiny home from Lusk. So basically, the philosophy of this garden is just being able to live in a small time place, tiny home, but having the emphasis on the garden.
Yeah. So simplicity is probably something that we didn't talk about in life, but I'm assuming a lot of people that move through the journey that you have moved through simplify things. It's not as possession driven. So this feels like a bit of a symbol of that.
You're spot on. Yeah, there's a lovely philosophy that I love to follow, and one of our mantras is higher thinking, simple living. And it's just kind of such a wonderful mantra,
The ice bath's something that I'm interested in. I've got a sauna at home, but I haven't got an ice bath yet, and I'm really interested to start using them. That's a brand that you work with, or?
Yeah, just Cedar Hot Tubs Australia, Clayton. He's got Sprout Well greenhouses. And yeah, I just approached him and yeah, it just tied in beautifully.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And you know, having sponsors that are just like effortlessly to work with, just kind of make a phone call. Yep, that'll be fine. We're happy to do that. He delivers them Tuesday morning at the show. Everything's in place early whilst we're building, so we can build around the key features, and it just makes for the execution so much easier.
You mentioned the lighting supplier was one that you were really grateful to have
Yeah,
dealt with.
Darkon Lighting, they've just been incredible for me for about the last 4 years at the garden show. They always go over and beyond. We've got a beautiful backlit wall. So it's kind of interpretation of a rice paper wall along the back wall. And yeah, we've just got the lighting all the way around the whole garden. So yeah, they've just been fantastic. Wombat Gully Plant Farm in Geelong. They've just been incredible with all these incredible plants that are all from a traditional Japanese planting palette. We had the NewTechWood, just this fantastic composite decking timber. They were just incredible for me. Coolabah Turf have given us all of this Zoysia turf.
Yeah, that's an interesting. Zoysia's a beautiful, I guess, a turf that's not being used as much in South Australia as I think as it could be. It works really well. You mentioned before that your son was part of the build, and obviously before we came in, he mentioned that he's just finished his training and he's now working in the business.
Yeah.
Growing up, obviously, I've got my kids are still 11 and 8, my boys, and my daughter's 8. We talk about the continuation of them taking over the business, and there's no pressure on them to do so. What did that look like? Was it always a plan for him to come and work with you? Or was there a moment?
He was at high school wanting to be an engineer, and then he came and did work experience in year 10, halfway through the year, and a couple of his mates were becoming tradies at the end of year 11. And yeah, he just finished year 11. I said, don't worry about year 12. Just come into the business.
Waste of time.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I look forward to that. I'm sure it brings its own unique challenges, but
yeah,
I'm
it
sure
was
the
challenging,
pros
but now it
the
kind
cons.
of feels like we've grown through those growing pains, and now it's just the most.
It's just normal.
Oh, it's better than normal. It's just a privilege. Really feels like a gift to be able to have a father and son relationship at work, and just try and teach him as much as I can about life and about being a great landscaper.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You've obviously partnered with a charity again on this build. You've mentioned Beyondblue previously. Talk to me about the charity that.
Yeah, Peace of Mind Foundation. It just with wellness gardens, Peace of Mind Foundation, throwing the flag up for people that have got been diagnosed with brain cancer. They're just an incredible organisation, and it's such an effortless thing for me to work with a charity. It's just a couple of phone calls. Then they do a shout out to any patients that would like to come to the show. You know, free entry. They come up here onto the garden. They sit down. They know that this garden's been built with support for their organisation and for them, and it just kind of. Yeah, one of the people that work in the organisation say that they just kind of get left in a certain lane once they've been with this diagnosed, and this just adds so much colour to their year.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Mm.
I like that. I don't know. I guess the last year was the first year where I started to notice charity partnerships with the gardens, but it makes so much sense. A lot of these get built and no one goes into them. And I said to Brent before, one of the biggest, I guess, tragedies of these is that people don't actually get to come in and see the garden.
Yeah.
Whereas you've enabled that to happen, and to the detriment of the people, they're breaking stone or whatever. But
yeah, doesn't matter now.
Well,
yeah, I just tell there was a school group before. We just had 20 school kids. Yeah. We're all just going, wow, this is incredible. And
they'll remember this one because you let them in.
Yeah, that's right. It's the experience. Even the people who I let in, they'll remember that. It just makes this moment. And, one year I'll do a garden where you'll walk in and then have a path where you just walk out. I wanted to do it on this garden. I thought about doing a transition down here with some rock steps, but I just was running out of time. Yeah, it'd be great just to have the in and the out, and just let people just constantly flow. Yeah,
that's it. That's a great idea, and it's I've never heard of it being done before.
Yeah, so maybe we aspire for that next year.
I've stopped asking, but I'm going to ask. You will go again. You love it.
Yeah, I'll go again. It's really a you know, it's a discussion that's a bit premature.
That's what I'm saying.
2
That's
days
why I
after
usually
the build, but
Yeah.
you know, it gets to about October, and
you get the itch.
my son loves it.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about just handing the baton over to him.
Yeah.
And there's definitely an art to building show gardens, and there's definitely, you got to be a particular kind of specimen to want to even endure it.
To put yourself through that
9 days
yeah.
of hectic. You know, Monday morning I couldn't even make another decision, but by lunchtime,
Because that's it, isn't it?
was
It's
all right.
decision-making fatigue.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that.
Well, thank you so much for allowing
Pleasure.
us to come in. This is amazing. I don't know how you guys do it, and I'm lucky that I just get to come and have a look at it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you allowing us access and giving us this time, and all the best. I'm sure we'll probably see you here next year.
And the rocks are from TransRock, incredible rock supplier in Melbourne. So yeah, I was really, really grateful to for him as a company.
Are they a supplier you work with?
Yeah, they just dropped off all the
All the
boulders.
time, yep.
Yeah, and whenever it's the only place I buy my rocks from, and I just love these natural field granite rocks when I'm doing a Japanese garden.
It's really cool.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for your
Pleasure,
time.
man.
I really appreciate it.
sorry.